this is my second last event that I'm hosting for the month of March for my month-long World Lymphedema celebration. And I am very excited to have Amy here. She is a fellow Canadian friend of mine. She is also a fellow lymphie. She is incredibly knowledgeable, and she is going to take us on a huge tour of what she loves to do. And she's going to share about her story in just a few moments. Hello, Amy. How are you?
I'm great. Well, just getting over a cold, but other than that, I'm doing great.
Awesome, awesome. And again, we kind of, not to say we met this time last year, we actually met before World Lymphedema last year,
Yeah.
but we've been almost a whole calendar year and we haven't really connected a whole bunch. So it's really great to see you. It's really great to have conversations. And again, I just am very appreciative and humbled by fellow lymphies taking their health to the next level. Sure. Again, hi, Amy, and we're sorry that you don't feel so well today.
Hi. Oh, just getting over a bit of a cold, but grateful that I have herbal medicine to help me with that. So being a herbalist, I get to make a lot of my own potions and work with the plants, and I really love that. It's brought me lots of like mind, body, and soul healing for lymphedema. It's been really, really amazing.
So for the people who are on with us today, not everybody, I would assume, doesn't know about your story.
No,
do you want to tell us?
Story?
Let's go right back to the beginning where this all started.
Sure. I've been a lymphie for almost my entire life. So I've had it since I was 5. So I've gone through it with all the stages. So if you're new to lymphedema, or you're wondering kind of what the different stages are like, I've had it as a young kid, as an adolescent, as a teenager, university student, away, young working professional,
mom, pregnancies,
entrepreneur, and now in my 40s, which is a different ballgame for lymphedema in a little bit too. So yeah, I've definitely had it a long time and learned to live with it and learn to try different things, because you're always learning new things. And that, I think, was like the biggest lesson that I had, like from a very early age, just because I was in a small town. Nobody around me had lymphedema. Nobody knew what it was. The closest person I had to for a doctor and a physio was an hour and a half drive away to Toronto. So he'd go there twice a year to see them and have a check-in and see how he's doing. And I'd always be a little excited, hoping that I might meet another lymphy and see what it was like. And every once in a while I get to stay at the hospital, like try some different treatments or different scans or things like that. And I did get to meet some other lymphies that way over the years. But as you know, like, it's pretty lonely. It can be pretty isolating sometimes. It can be pretty hard on our mental health. There's been like some studies that have come out recently talking about a correlation with depression when you get lymphedema. So no surprise there that it is challenging with our mental health. But yeah, I've learned to live well with it. I've tried lots of different things over the years. For me, compliance is key. Exercise is key. Skincare is super, super important. Diet and lifestyle play a big role. I may like to point out. I'll have to fix that in a sec. And yeah, like, there's lots of different, what I call like pillars that I follow to like look after my health. And I sort of weave herbal medicine into lots of those different pillars, because ultimately it comes down to it's really about self-care, because so much of what we have to do for our disease is really up to us. Like, in between our healthcare appointments, I think it's really important to have a really good team on your healthcare team. So maybe like a physio or a massage therapist, have a specialist or a doctor that you trust, maybe have an acupuncturist, herbalist, lymphy coach, personal trainer like Amanda, to just have a really diverse group of people that you can bounce ideas off of or support your health in different ways. Because you're not just your lymphedema, you're not just your disease. You really need to take care of your whole person, your whole body, your whole vessel.
And I really love that when you said that, because honestly, like, self-care is huge, but I think it comes down to also knowledge. Knowledge is
Mm,
power. Once you start to network with people who know what they're doing and have walked
mhm.
the similar walk that you have or have had a ton of experience, it
Yeah.
really fast tracks your progress. So instead of, you go from having this condition that there's no cure for, where you're alone, you're isolated, you don't meet anybody, you feel like
Mhm,
there's nothing to do. And then all of a sudden, when you create that support network, you feel
mhm.
empowered. You see other people thriving with this condition. You learn these tips, you learn what works for you because it's not a cookie cutter approach.
No, that's the thing, like, there's so many different tools and so many different approaches, and what might work for one person, say it's a keto sort of approach to their diet, may not work for another lymphy. And it doesn't mean, like, give up or there's something wrong, it just means try something else, like,
Yeah.
tweak it to your individual body, your individual constitution, energetics, and
And that's where your support system comes in hand, because those people
Mhm,
who are you're supporting you, they'll be willing to take you on that journey. So again, you don't have as much downtime. You don't feel personally responsible. And it's not
mhm,
a failure. It's just you've tried that route. It doesn't work. Let's try
yeah,
something else. So again, I
yeah.
think people have to reapproach failure and look at it as, this is a stepping stone to success. You've turned
Oh,
this
totally.
over. It didn't work
And
for you, and let's keep on going.
I've had so many failures. I've had so many failures.
Oh, me
Just
too.
as I'm sure you have. Like, just, you gotta pick yourself up and try again. And, like, I've had, if anyone's scared of ever getting an infection and what to do about it afterwards, like, I've had 28 infections now, and I sort of, used to think about, like, "Why me? Why do I get so many?" And it kind of dawned on me the other day of, like, I have to reframe that because, I could have had so many more if I didn't take care of my legs the way that I do. Yes, I've had a lot, but I've been able to recover them. But the flip side is they could have been a lot worse. And since I've been learning herbal medicine the last kind of 5, 6 years, my infections have gone down. They have lessened in impact because I know how to kind of support myself through it. Like, I am a big advocate of, working with your healthcare team. I take my antibiotics with whenever I get an infection and things like that, but I have herbal medicine as my kind of support my body through it too, so that I can stay strong, um, and nourished and healthy while it's happening. But yeah, I've had so many failures. Like with that, I've seen my disease progress over time. Like, for me, when it first started, it was just in my ankle, in my left foot. And then it kind of slowly progressed up into my thigh.
Oh no.
By like high
Are we
school.
frozen?
Oh, are you frozen, Amanda? Oh, there you are.
There
Are you
you are.
frozen?
We're frozen for a second.
Oh, okay, sorry. I don't know where it stopped. Do you want me to? I was
You
talking
had so
about
many
how,
failures.
yes, so many failures. And I've also seen my disease progress. In some ways, that's one of the things they tell us, that that's something that we can't change, or we can't work against, that it's going to slowly get worse as we get older. And as a young person, that was a really hard thing to swallow, to just accept that no matter what I did, it was going to get worse. And like you and I've learned, there's lots of things that you can do to make it better. So yeah, mine did slowly progress up my leg. But I kept it, within like 10% volume difference, until I was in like until I went away to university, and then that was a different story. but but I kept it like super minimal by like swimming like 6 days a week, because that was what worked for me. I wasn't a runner, I didn't lift weights or things like that, but I loved the pool, and so that was something that I did like almost every day, because it just helped so much. And as well as like wearing my compression, I never ever took it off, and I still don't. Things like that are just so important to keeping your progress, because when you take that compression off, and if you leave it off for too long, then you're just gonna go down a slippery slope, and it's hard to get back up. So I'm a big advocate for that. But it wasn't until like probably after my kids were born, like that my mindset kind of shifted, of like really wanting to stop the progression and not just accept that it's going to progress. Because I got some severe infections that landed me in the hospital with antibiotics, just like so bad. And my leg just started getting less responsive to therapy. Like I was going for lymph drainage a lot before those infections happened, like for years. Being super compliant with diet, lifestyle, those sort of things. But you can still get infections sometimes. And that kind of like shifted my mindset, because I'm like, there has to be something else. There has to be another way. And that opened the door for me to find you guys. Like I opened an account on Instagram because I was like, there has to be other people living with this. They have to have ideas that are outside of what Western medicine is telling us. Like this, there has to be something else. And are you frozen again? No.
No, I'm not frozen, but I'm wondering if I'm wondering if everyone can pause with me for just 1 second. I want to try one thing because your audio is cutting in and out. So this is gonna just give me 1 second, you guys. I hope you can still hear me. I'm just gonna check. Yeah, no, my network's no, I'm on full strength. I'm on all my bars. Sorry, Amy. So I'm not too sure if you guys are still listening, can you hear Amy okay? Can I get you guys to just chime on in? I just wanted to make sure. I don't know what your connection's like, Amy, but you are cutting in and out just a bit. So it's making it a bit harder to follow.
Yeah, mine says that's full
Everyone
strength.
says it's okay. So maybe it's just me. I don't know. A bit in and out, hearing okay. Okay. So how about we try to do this? I really love your journey and I love your story because I know it's filled with a lot of ups and downs. And again, I really believe that there's always a reason for something happening, because I think that with your lymphedema, it's pushed you into the herbalism journey or your herbalism passion. And I think it's just really helped support that. So why don't we get right into your products? Why don't we get right into your business? Again, tell us what you know about herbology and about the products that we need to know more about to support the lymphatics, because I just don't know. I'm super scared about being on here for too long and having this signal completely cut out. But yeah, if anybody wants more information as well too, in the survey that's being sent to you, you can always find Amy. Again, there's going to be a spot asking if you want to know more information. Please do write down yes. I will be sending this survey to Amy, so she will contact you directly. So if you want more information about her journey or even about cellulitis infections, what she does, I know she'll be more than happy to help you out as well too.
Okay. Well, we can shift gears and we can talk about how I found herbal medicine. Yeah, so I kind of found it just by, I'm not exactly sure how exactly I found it, but don't let me put on the spot. But I grew up in the woods and always loved plants and things like that.
I think it found you.
Yeah, I think so. And I just kind of loved how gentle it was. Like I started making soap when I was a librarian, just for fun, and was having some like skin challenges, because we do with lymphedema. You get dry skin, you get painful skin, you get inflamed skin. That can happen. And so I started making my own skincare and just was like, whoa, like my skin's like so much better. It was just like, okay. So I was intrigued by that and just started learning more for myself. So now I make a variety of stuff. Like I started with just making soap. So soaps are always fun. So in our box, you get like 2 soaps. And why I love these are they're just a pure pastille soap. So super gentle on yourself. You can also use it to wash your garments if you want. Gentle as a hand soap. It's not going to dry out your skin. I know we have to be really careful about super dry skin. So it's a really supportive soap. So I've got 2 blends for spring. I've got like a spring equinox one, which is like a rosemary. It's wearing on me. Maybe I'll turn my blur off.
Or just
And I
hold it
bought
in
like
front
a,
of your body, because then it'll, if you hold it in front of your body, it shouldn't blur out. It should be able to, there you go. There you go.
okay, this one, yeah, it's spring equinox. It's got rosemary, it's got lavender, which rosemary is really, really nice for lymphedema. It really helps get things flowing and moving. It's also good for
Sure
our minds.
does.
Well, yeah, but they're just fun. So, things that I've also found really helpful is just learning about the lymph system. That's kind of led my way as to, what products do I want, and thinking about what problems do I have with lymphedema. And I'd love to hear what others, if you want to chime in the chat, and tell me what some of your skincare challenges are. That would be great to hear from some other lymphies, because I
Well,
make this stuff for myself for lymphedema, and I'm really trying to, for my future, is really help the community, help the lymphedema community. So if there's challenges that you're facing with your skincare, please reach out and let me know, or punch it into the chat.
well, and I
We may
really
have a
love,
product
because
that helps
I've really been able to watch Amy, because all of her products are very lymph based, meaning her products are very much catered to stimulating the lymphatic system, whether that be in her skincare or again, like her teas. Even like I purchased the lymph detox, the bath oils that she has. So all of her products are the underlying root of her products are how to stimulate and move the lymph system. And so again, through herbology, there's so many beautiful natural plants that do these amazing properties.
I kind of stumbled across it in one book that I had, because there's not really, just like lymphedema is so unknown, there's not really any herbalist that specialize in the lymphatic system. So I just, had to try and figure it out in different ways. I'm just like, okay, well, like the lymph system is really supportive of detoxification. The, skin is really important and stuff. So I kind of stumbled across different herbs that are really helpful for the lymphatic system by thinking about what are some of the different challenges that we face, or inflammation, or our liver needs support, or we need things to herbs to kind of like keep things flowing, keep things moving, things like that. So it often falls under like detoxification or skincare support, things like that. So I really focused the products to support that. And I know detoxification is a really buzzword, but what I mean for the lymphatic system is it's something that it naturally does, by helping break down the waste and move it to your kidneys, to your lymph, and things like that. And so teas can be really wonderful for that. I know somebody is asking about teas, which is great. I'll show you one here. So this is our Lymph Wow. This is our Lymph Wow winter tea. And I'll pour some into my hands so you can see it. This green tea is so good for our skin. And then what I added to it, which is really nice, is some locally grown, the name slipping my mind. Oh, Labrador tea, or it's sometimes called muskeg tea. And it's a beautiful evergreen plant that grows all through the boreal forest in Canada. So you would likely have some in the north in Manitoba there, Amanda. And it is really
We didn't see it. I didn't see it. You got to hold it up. I didn't see it.
Sorry. I got chatting.
Yeah, I know you did. I got to keep you on point. There you go. There you go. Very nice.
Yeah. And I was brewing a cup here of like the dandelion tea that I made for spring. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah. Perfect, right in front of your body.
Is a wonderful lymphatic herb. I use it in a lot of different things. I infuse it into oils for the detoxifying oil. It's in our spring tea because it's so good for the lymphatic system. Dandelion sometimes gets thought of as a diuretic, and I know we're often told to stay away from diuretics for good reason, like the medical one from the pharmacy. The beautiful thing about dandelion as a diuretic, and this is why plants are like so amazing, is it's a really natural supportive diuretic. It does move the fluids in your body, but one of the beautiful things about dandelion is it's full of natural salt. And that's a big problem with commercial diuretics, is they deplete you of the salt, whereas dandelion's saying, I'm going to get things moving, but I don't want to deplete you. So here's a bunch of salt too, because you're going to need that. So it's really supportive and nourishing. It's very, very gentle. And some other herbs that are in there are red clover. That's in our spring tea. So it's really nice. Red clover is another wonderful lymphatic herb. There's a whole kind of category of lymphatic herbs that I stumbled across one day and my eyes went, oh my God. They actually have like a group of these. And they're called
So can I,
oh,
can
yeah,
I, well, I just want to talk about diuretics or like the natural herbs that you would want to try to use for people out there. I think too, we're so, I don't want to say the word desperate, but it's the only word that comes to my mind. We're so desperate to reduce the swelling.
Yeah.
Let's say if somebody wanted to start drinking dandelion, would you say it's safe to drink every day for the rest of their life, or that maybe they should drink it for a period of time, or maybe have a cup, every other day? What would you say from your background?
It's a really good question. The way I have kind of shifted to working with the plants is really on a seasonal approach. And so with dandelion, it's something that I will drink every day, like throughout the spring. But as we shift into summer, I stop drinking it. Because it's just kind of, it's one of those plants that are spring. It's really good for breaking up fast. It's good for helping us kind of move that winter heaviness out of our body. So moving that sluggishness, which you can feel with lymphedema, so kind of has other benefits too than just moving fluids. Like I haven't noticed like it just makes me go pee like crazy or anything like that when I have it, but I do notice that like I feel a little lighter, a little less sluggish. My limbs are a little less achy and have a little more energy, which are really nice benefits to having it. And I always try and balance it with some other herbs in there that are supportive. So I wouldn't have just like straight dandelion. Not that you couldn't, you could definitely do that. I like to blend it so that the other herbs kind of all work together like good friends.
That's awesome. And the question, do you want to go ahead and type in your website address? Actually, do you want to pop your website address into the chat? So if anybody wants to grab a hold of it, they can totally definitely just copy and paste, or at least go straight to your website where, again, all this information can be found. But I love the fact that, for your supplements, you are looking at them as seasonal or for just supportive functions. Again, I get very much, especially when I do supplements for myself, I look at herbology the same as that I look at supplements. There's a time and a place for using those products, and understanding your body, understanding what season it works for you is going to be incredibly important. So again, the people that think that they have to be on medications or supplements full time, it should be re-looked at and looked at for what is the purpose and what is the best season for you.
Absolutely. Yeah, the seasonal approach, I've just kind of been adopting that the last, 2-3 years of really, and it's been so nice to just shift into that and realize, like that your body is different throughout the year, just like nature is, right? Like what your garden looks like in winter is totally different than what it looks like in summer. And expecting yourself to be the same in summer as you are in winter is not really helpful. You okay? You still there, Amanda? Did I lose you?
Well, and too much of a good thing is just too much of a good thing. I train and I work out as much as the area is as well too. So again, too much is just too much overall.
And the herbal remedies are like
I'm still here. Are you still there? Oh no.
I'm still there. You're frozen, but I can hear you.
Where is it? Can anybody hear me? And can anybody hear me? We're gonna do a testing. 1, 2, 3.
Can everybody type into the chat if you can still? Okay, Lisa says you can still hear. Shannon says it's a little frozen. Oh,
I'm still here. I got kicked off.
Yeah, it jumped on and said I was the host for a second. It's like, whoa, what did you do? I don't know how to host this. But yeah, one of the things I love about herbal medicine, and it's kind of like one of those things that you have to get used to too, is how gentle it is. It's not something that. What's that?
Still here. So that's great. You and me. Everyone else can hear us. Okay.
It just says she can hear us both. Why, Willa says she can hear us. You know, keep going. Says your host now. Okay.
You're just gonna have to do the show all by yourself. I have decided.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Maybe if I go closer to the window. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna try to see something here, you guys. Here, how about this now? Is that better? I'm gonna go closer to a window. I'm gonna move my little office.
I'll go back and show some more of the products. I kind of got sidetracked there, talking about the different plants.
No problem.
So
I can hear you now. I think we were talking about too much of a good thing. So again, when it comes to herbs and supplements, too much of a good thing is just too much of a good thing.
Yeah.
So
everything in moderation, including moderation. Right.
Right. And even in training, there's always, everything goes in hand. So let's go on to the next topic, or the next product that you have, Amy.
Herbal medicine, like they come to it wanting to like have an immediate result, and you're not going to have that. You're very rarely going to have that with herbs. They're really gentle and they're designed to be supportive and almost like a building effect in the body. So sometimes it takes like a full moon cycle before you're going to really see the full effect of something in your body. It might take like 3-4 weeks before you'll really see it. And then you'll be like, oh, that's what that does. Okay. So it's nice to work with a herbalist when you're exploring that, just like it's nice to work with a personal trainer, because it's going to take a while to see things and get your techniques and figure out what you like and what you don't, and stuff like that. And working with a herbalist is the same. Like it's going to take some time, and it's worthy. Like you're worth it. It's you're an investment. It's and you get to kind of tweak stuff and see how things are going, and whatever you create as kind of a herbal plan is going to shift and change with the seasons, but also as you heal, as your body adapts and changes and stuff too. And that's a beautiful thing. There's so many different plants for so many different things, and they all have a lot of cross, like calendula, for example, which I love as a plant for lymphedema. It's so good for so many things. Think of it as like it's beautiful and yellow and bright and sunny, right? So like it's got that happy, sunny energy, which can help with depression in the wintertime. They used to just put it in soups for that, like a long, long time ago, to help with things. But it's also wonderful for the skin and wounds and helping the skin stretch, helping with dryness. It's great for the gut. And we know that so much of our lymphatics are in the gut. So it's just a beautiful herb. I use it in teas and oils, bath salt. It's just really nice as an all-around lymphy herb. Fun to grow in your garden.
We had another question too. Do you ship to the United States?
I do. I do ship to the US. There are like a couple things I can't really send right now. But in the future I'm hoping to. Like with the tinctures and seeds I have, like in our spring box, I have some calendula seeds, which I don't want to send across the border. Even though you can grow calendula and you can buy calendula there, I just don't want to do that. But I'll get back to the box. Some of the other cool things in here that can really support your lymphedema are, they've got a transdermal spray. I don't know if you have that, Amanda, or not.
Sorry, like not with me, no.
No, okay. So magnesium spray, and it's good for helping relieve pain. It can help you with sleeping, things like that if you're having challenges with that. It's a kind of a topical way to get magnesium in your body, and sometimes we get low on that with lymphedema. So it can be something that can be helpful.
What else do you have in the box?
Yeah, oh, we've got, they can choose which deodorant they want. So there's softness is your strength, or each day is a chance to start fresh. So kind of nice little mantras. When you're rubbing on in the morning, you can look at it and it gives you a nice little message, right? And they got pretty colors. They're pink and green. And they get that from the natural clays that are in there. Clay is really wonderful for our lymphatics. It's really good for supporting detoxification and pulling things out of the body that don't need to be there. And that's why clay masks are so good, and you feel so good after that. It softens your skin. It's full of rich minerals, which I find are really helpful for lymphedema skin for sure, because it's constantly stressed and stretched and dried out. So supporting it with nourishing herbs and minerals and stuff is really nice. And why you'd want to use natural deodorant is often something I get asked about, is you have so many lymph nodes here, right? So whether you use my product or not, it doesn't matter to me. But you want to use something natural just to keep your lymphatic system healthy and happy. Like, don't overburden it with toxins. Even if you've got lymphedema in your leg, just think about your body as a whole system and how you can support it is a really good way to kind of look at it and think about, what do I need to change? Other things that I find really helpful for dry skin are the body oils, but this is really lovely. Oh, I'm the host now. I lost Amanda. I was going to tell you guys about my whipped body butter. It is in the, oh, good, you're coming back. I lost you for a second there.
You're just going to steal the show. I've decided. I'm out, you guys. See ya.
This is our whipped body butter, which is really great for the skin. We can get really dry.
Keep going. You're doing a great job. I've been able to hear you this whole time.
Have you?
I've been here the whole time, even though that Zoom keeps on kicking me off. I've been here the whole time.
Oh, Zoom keeps kicking you off. I thought you keep like logging off and logging back on and see if the sound gets better or something.
Nope, it's Zoom. Yeah, no, I'm here, you guys. So, well, Amy, you're stealing the show. I'm just, good night, everybody. I'm going home. Keep going though. It's fabulous.
What you want to put on under compression and things like that. Because with compression on our skin all the time, it can, make it dry, it can chafe it a bit. You want to keep it moisturized and stuff. So finding the right lotion that can make you feel nourished and supported is really good. I really love my cloud cream. It's like super light and fluffy, but very rich and moisturizing. So it doesn't feel heavy, but it is really rich. Made with shea butter, and there's a bit of pink clay in there too, which gives it a nice kind of pinky color. There's lots of sea buckthorn oil, which is also really good for the skin. So really high quality product, high quality ingredient, and just with helping lymphedema, the mindset.
And Amy has amazing products. Well, no, Amy, and again, for anybody who is watching and just meeting Amy for the first time, she is going to be more than enough knowledgeable to help navigate your way through your products. So if you have any questions at all, you can definitely reach out to her. And again, look at her website. It's absolutely gorgeous. Her products are amazing. I've used them. They're awesome. Are your products unscented? That's a great question.
That's a great question. That's something that I can do as like a custom blend for somebody if they're interested. If you're going to do it, I don't have any kind of unscented ones at the moment, just because I like to use different essential oils that support lymphedema, but I totally understand you may have sensitivities to different things and want something unscented. There are a couple kind of natural scented ones that just have like poplar buds and spruce resin in them and no essential oils. They still have a little bit of a scent, but they're just a natural scent in terms of no essential oils added. but
Does
essentially those are them.
anybody have any other questions or anything else they want to talk to Amy about? And of course, do you want to talk about the dry brushing, the Dream Club that's also going to be in their box?
Yeah. So some of the other cool tools that are in there are, this is a copper tongue scraper. And then Amanda's got,
I got mine.
Oh, yay. Yeah. I'm not going to
I use
demonstrate
mine
it because I'm a little
every
sick,
day.
but yay, good for you. What have you noticed as differences since you started doing it?
Every day. I scrape my tongue.
Yeah. What have you noticed as differences since you do it? Have you noticed any differences since you started doing it?
It's good oral health. I was always taught to use a toothbrush, but then it's just toothbrushes, they hold the bacteria, and it's super gross. So it's really nice to be able to use the copper that's going to help pull on some of those ions and just to draw out some of the extra bacteria that's in my mouth. So again, I really love it, and it definitely helps, with my overall teeth hygiene. It helps with my halitosis, right? Because that's always a thing. So again, scraping my tongue, just getting all that bacteria. And again, whether it be like the coffee that I drank for breakfast, get that off my tongue, or anything that builds a film on my tongue. I definitely love a clean tongue. And again, it just helps with just so many things overall. What do you think?
Yeah, that's great. It can help with all those things. It's because copper is naturally antibacterial, antimicrobial, antiviral. So it's really great tool for the oral health. It's great for cleaning your tongue. I recommend doing it like first thing in the morning, like even before maybe you've had a glass of water. And because what happens as they learned in Ayurveda is that as our body's detoxifying, which happens at nighttime, it happens between like 10 and kind of 4 a.m. It's kind of like a great window to make sure you're asleep, because that's when your body's going to naturally detoxify. And during that time, some of those toxins end up on your tongue. It wants to get rid of them. So that's one of the places that it can go. And so you can just scrape them off instead of having a glass of water and washing it back down into your digestion. So it can also improve taste for some people. They have found that. But yeah, it's a great oral health tool. It also gets you to check your tongue and just notice any differences, which is a big part of preventative self-care. Just kind of checking in with your body by touching it regularly. You might notice like, hey, my skin's really different. What's going on? Or, oh, I got some lumps and bumps over here, or I've got some dry patches. Same with our oral health. You want to do more than just brushing. You want to be checking your mouth regularly. In Ayurveda, they have a whole map of the tongue, of all the different organs of the tongue, or of the body, where they are on your tongue on a map. So that can give you some clues of indication, depending on what you've got going on in your tongue. Maybe you've got some cracking, you've got some whiteness, you've got some redness. It can give you some clues as to which organs are maybe needing a little extra support right now. And so it can be a really wonderful tool to use. Dry brush mitt. Let's get on to that. I keep losing you and you're actually just like get so mad.
I'm trying to stay happy over here, but it's really hard. I'm not gonna lie. But again, dry brushing, again, for those of you, I don't want to keep on going much longer. I am cutting in and out, and I don't know why. It's super frustrating. But Amy, do you want to tell everyone about why we should dry brush and just the benefits of dry brushing for us really quickly?
It's really great for the lymphatic system. It's good for exfoliating the skin. It stimulates your circulation, stimulates lymph flow. Another tool to kind of check in with your skin too. I love the mitt because it gives you that direct touch to your body so you can feel. I do have a bristle brush and I use that as well. This one you can use wet or dry. So it's really nice and supportive of that. It's jute cloth, so you can wash it. You can put it in like one of those pouches that you have for your washer, and it might use for bandages or things like that. And just give it a wash, which is nice. So to refresh it. But I like it first thing in the morning. I always start at the collarbone. Just kind of do a nice little kind of, cleanse here and really what do they call it? Clean the drain. And then I'll do my neck, and I'll do the back of my neck. And then I'll work down my limbs, and then I'll work back up my limbs. And same with your body, and always go in kind of a circular motion. I can definitely do a tutorial on it at a future date if you're interested, maybe a workshop.
I think Amy and I will be doing some workshops in the future.
Yeah, yes, I would love to. That would be super fun.
We'd have a great time.
A run over of dry brushing. Yeah, it's really, really great. Lots of different dry brushes out there. So
there are, and very good point. Sorry, I feel like I have to just get my words in before Zoom cuts me off. You guys, I'm very sorry for the inconsistency of Zoom. I really do hope that you have heard everything. We have put Amy's website into the chat, so please do copy and paste that down, put it somewhere, or just copy and paste it into your browser as we speak. Check out her website. She does do consultations, and she does have a ton of knowledge for lots of supplements that support the lymphatics. Other than that, do you have anything else to say, Amy, or do you guys have any other questions? I feel like I'm running on borrowed time here.
Yeah, I have one more just little thing to add. One thing we're doing on Plantiful this year is we're doing what's called the annual herbal CSA, which is you get 4 boxes of seasonal wellness aligned with the energetics of that season. And the reason that we're doing that is to really give you that sensory experience of the plant for that season to support you in the energetics. So you'll get some in our spring box, you get like 2 soaps, you get a tincture, you get a dandelion tea, get some calendula seeds to plant and grow, because that's something that's really good to connect with. In terms of energetics, it's just grow something for yourself and for your garden. And
that's so fun.
For the last 2, it ends on the 31st, but you can buy the annual pass, and you get 4 boxes delivered to your door. And so I'll just show it here. But you get a nice little brochure with it. Oh, and you get another good way to exfoliate if like dry brushing is not your thing is body polish. It's like the salt or sugar scrub. This is a salt scrub made with Canadian salt. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah.
Hold it right in front of your body. There you go.
There you go.
Beautiful.
So yeah, there's 8 different potions in here that support you through this season. So if that's something that interests you, hop over to the website and you can check it out. And you can also buy them individually by season as well, if that's kind of more your game. But I'm hoping to eventually have that available with some courses to go along with it, so that you can take a course and learn about spring energetics with it as well. So this
I love it. I love it. I love it. Amy, again, thank you so much for joining me. This is our 2nd year of doing our World Lymphedema celebration. I always learn something when you're on here with me. And again, just what a way to connect to Mother Nature and just to connect to your senses and just to find these natural herbs that support the lymph system. I hope you guys learned a lot with us today.
Yeah.
I do apologize for the audio.
There's some great information over my website about what are lymphagogues and what are some common ones and what is lymphatic herbalism and things like that. There's those pages right on the top bar if they look there.
Perfect. So again, more resources for you guys. We do appreciate you participating in this event and just being with us today. Please do stay online for that survey that's going to pop up as soon as we hop off. And again, thank you so much for joining us. I do apologize about the audio. I hope that it was okay for you to get the most out of this. And again, if you are wanting more information, please do just put yes for wanting more information. And then I will send that over to Amy and she'll get in contact with you personally. Thank you for joining me for this webinar. I have one more to go. I've got one more to go tomorrow night. I'm hoping that the audio is going to be better than this one.
You've done an amazing
I'm almost there.
This Lymphedema Month and Lymphedema Awareness Month. You've done so good.
Thank you. It's a huge labor of love of mine. Again, just connecting people with people, connecting people to give them hope and connecting people to know that there is something that you can do. I think it's such a great message and I look forward to working with you in the future, Amy. We've got some things up and coming. So again, stay tuned, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Have a great night. And again, Amy, huge thanks to you and to all of your fabulous products. I can't wait to pick the winner. So stay tuned, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.